Yo, what's good, y'all? It's on Project 360, back at it again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys why the Sony PlayStation Portal may actually sell well. So I know this is completely left field compared to like everything you guys have heard online. A lot of people are hating on this system, or peripheral, really, it's a peripheral. But a lot of people are just hating on this thing, and why am I saying this finna sell well? So we're gonna get into it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I said this in my last video. I know some of you guys had some opinions on that video, but I did hear about the whole Bluetooth situation, the paywall with the PlayStation Link, and I was like, okay, typical Sony. They didn't learn much from the PlayStation Vita. Obviously, when you remember the PlayStation when you remember the PlayStation Vita, this little guy right over here, one of the biggest things that held it back was the memory card prices. Sony wanted to make proprietary memory cards for the Vita just because they wanted to combat a lot of the piracy. I think a lot of people were doing like homebrew and all these different things on the PSP, and Sony didn't like that. Losing out on money, they're not making money from people getting all their PlayStation 1 games onto the PSP and all that stuff. And then people were even getting, like, I think maybe DS games or Nintendo stuff. There's a lot of, the homebrew scene on the PSP was crazy. So they don't want that to transfer over to the Vita. So they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make proprietary memory cards. But that made sense to a degree. You feel me? People are, okay, obviously we would have preferred, like, SD cards or micro SD cards, but okay, we understand, Sony. So how much are these gonna cost? I think the 32 gigabyte. Let me know for sure, because it's been a minute. But like, I think that John was like $100. 4 gigs was like at minimum $4 or $20 or something. I remember I think I got the 8 gig at launch, and then I think I got the 16 gigs some years later, like when it got a price cut. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, man, that was one of the hardest things to watch. Just a really good system get held back by memory cards, and albeit that wasn't the only reason why it didn't do the best, or at least PSP numbers, but like that was a huge issue that people talked about. So it was clear to not just me, but also to most people, that when people purchase a console or any kind of device, they don't want to see any hidden paywalls. They don't want to see overpriced add-ons that are proprietary. Anything proprietary that's overpriced is a no-go. So with this situation with like PlayStation Link, and like you not being able to have Bluetooth headsets work on the Portal, you gotta use Sony's proprietary new earbuds, and they're the Pulse whatevers, but like the earbuds I heard are like $199, same price as the Portal. So you're basically playing, I'm gonna get into the totals because that's gonna be crazy, but you're basically paying $199 for those earbuds, and I think the Pulse Explorer, something like that, the headset, that thing is $149. So altogether, if you want, this is the big kicker, if you want the PlayStation Portal, you're gonna have to pay $199 for that, and you're gonna have to pay either an additional $199 or a $149 if you want to use a wireless headset or any kind of wireless audio, device to listen to your games. So that's definitely over $300 right there. So that whole affordable, $199 price tag isn't so affordable right now, when you look at it like that. But on top of that, if we really want to crush them, and mind you, I don't get any satisfaction from seeing this stuff, because obviously I bought this, and, I love PlayStation. So, like, when PlayStation makes a mistake, it pisses me off. I'm not happy about that. But, like, I'm be real, like, I'm going to stick up for the consumers, because let's be real here. You're paying $199 for the the PlayStation Portal, you're paying, let's say you want those earbuds because, I mean, you don't want to carry that whole headset with you everywhere you go. And most people that I see, if they're on their phones, they're using like the AirPods if they have an iPhone or like some kind of earbud system. So let's assume you want that. That's $400 right there. But it doesn't stop there. You can't use that PlayStation Portal without a PlayStation 5. You got to get the $500 PlayStation 5. Let's just choose that because I'm not finna go into the digital edition. We're just going to this, all right? $500 for the PlayStation 5 in the US. So that's $900 right there. Plus, you get that thing, you're going to want to play a game. You're not going to want to play Astro's Playworld. While that thing looks like it's pretty good, actually. You're going to want to buy a game of your choice. On top of that, you're paying an additional $70. So already that's $970 that you got to shell out for a $199 device. That's just an accessory to be able to use the thing and actually play a game on it. Next, do you want to get, well, I mean, I'm not going to mention PlayStation Plus because that's just overkill. But let's at least mention the fact that you probably want warranty. Think about this, though. Think about this. You're going to want warranty for not just your PlayStation Portal. You're going to want warranty for your PlayStation 5. Yo, I'm literally murdering this device right now. I'm just being real. Like, on top of that, that's well over, I don't even have to do the math for you guys. That's well over $1,000 just to get a $199 device. I bet you no one on YouTube has talked about the warranty. Yo, that's wild, man. I really just realized that on camera, man. If you want warranty, like let's say with that giant ass screen, because it's literally just a DualShock 5 with a giant 8-inch screen inside there. Granted, you might not have like a case, which you might, shoot, there we go again. You might need to get a case with that drawn. So you got that giant screen, literally anything can happen to it. A maniac can come across the street and just punch your screen. Like literally, what are you going to do if you drop that thing, man? You need that warranty. So yeah, bottom line is that John's expensive as hell. But this is the main point of the video. I know you guys are like, okay, well, you basically destroyed the whole point of your video, right? Well, here's the catch, all right? So while a lot of people are saying that this thing is anti-consumer and a lot of people shouldn't buy it, a lot of people don't realize that all of this negativity and hate for this PlayStation Portal is actually making it a lot more relevant. Trust me, think about it, right? Everything on social media, whether good or bad, is advertisement, is marketing. You ever heard that saying, bad publicity or good publicity is publicity, something like that, Like anything that's out there that's talking about something is a form of advertising and marketing. So whether people are talking about the Portal in a good light or a bad light, it's still making it more relevant. It's still making people more aware of it. A lot of people didn't even know it existed until maybe one of their favorite YouTubers or like a blog posted about it. So a lot of people, that's step one. A lot of people are becoming more aware of it. And then, they might hate it because of what people say. That's step one. But the point is they're aware of it. And the reason why that first step is important is because, okay, when we look at a system like, say, the Vita, it's like, you got to think about it. What's one of the number one issues that held back the Vita? It's because a lot of people, even Sony fans, did not know the Vita existed. Not no one, but like a lot of people didn't know that thing existed. A lot of people didn't know that Sony ever made a new PSP. A lot of people are even realizing that Sony made a successor to the PSP. Right now, they're realizing that after hearing about the Portal, and they're like, yo, I wish Sony, made a successor to the PSP. We really just want that. We want a dedicated, handheld console with, like, updated graphics and maybe, like, two analog, like, they're literally describing the PSP. Or, like, a lot of people are saying, yo, I wish we could have something that had remote play on the go that was a native device. They didn't know that this thing can literally play PS4 games through remote play, and it actually works really well. The remote play on Vita is actually really good. I literally use it all the time. So it's like a lot of people, when they're describing what they want with the Portal, and anyone can back me up on this, they're literally describing the Vita. It's just that the Vita doesn't have PS5 graphics. Its graphics are more comparable to like early PS3. But like they're literally describing the Vita when they're saying what they want out of the Portal. So the point is, a lot of people didn't know that this existed because marketing was piss poor back in the day. You never really saw any Vita commercials outside of its launch window, and a lot of the games weren't really marketed like that, so you didn't even know that thing was out there like that. And another real thing is, if you're wondering, okay, well, making people aware, why is this different? Because Ikechi, and by the way, that is my real name. You guys can call me Prodigy, it doesn't matter. But, a lot of people are saying, well, Sony, they made YouTube videos and people were blogging and talking about the Vita back in the day. So how's that any different than now? The difference is social media and just media as a whole is 10 times bigger than what it was back in 2011, 2012, or even 2015. Like, a lot more people today are more accustomed to going online to find out information about products that haven't released yet. A lot more people are going online to, determine whether or not they want to make a purchase. And more people are finding out about things online compared to back then. Even, you guys can even talk about this, right? GameStop isn't even as big as it was back then. I remember a lot of people would just walk into GameStop and be like, oh, I wonder if there's any new games that came out. I mean, come on. Real gamers will back me up on this. A lot of people, the casual consumers, they will literally walk into GameStop and ask the cashier, hey, has there been any new games that came out? Are there any new deals? They don't know ish. I'm telling you. So that was a popular thing back then when retail was like the leading force in how you purchased anything game related. So now that you can get information online, a lot of these influencers, a lot of these bloggers, a lot of these YouTubers are the main source for how people get information. So now, and there's a lot more people doing gaming related content online compared to back then in 2012. So with all these people with millions and millions and thousands of subscribers telling people about this one device, the PlayStation Portal, all these people are now aware of it. Millions of people are now aware of it. And that thing is literally a trending topic right now. So, first step, people are aware of it. That already destroyed one of the things that held back the Vita and even the Wii U. So, you're looking at that, you're like, okay, well, you probably brought up, a valid point, but like, that doesn't mean that people are going to buy it. Here's where you guys might be wrong. And I thought about this, right? So, you ever thought about, you guys remember that whole trend going on in like Instagram and maybe it was on TikTok, right? Where parents, and when I say this, do not take offense. Promise you this is just an analogy. It's just an example. It's not me throwing any shots on anybody's or gamers or nothing. It's just an example. Just take it as that. Do you remember when parents were putting their kids on camera? They're hiding the camera and they're saying, hey, it'll be like a child or a baby. It doesn't matter. They're like, hey, I'm going to leave this cookie or cake, whatever this sweet is, candy, whatever the case may be. I'm going to leave this food item right here in front of you. And, it's very good or whatever, but don't eat it. Don't eat it until I tell you, all right? I'm going to be back, but do not eat it. Put all this emphasis on that one food item and told them that they're not allowed to have it. But what did they do? They put it right in front of their face and ran out of the camera angle. The child, they're out of the child's sight. The child is left with that food item. What's happening in that situation? Child's like, okay. But they're looking at that food. They're like, shoot, it looks good. And I was told not to have it. But why was such a huge emphasis put on that food? There has to be something special that I'm missing out on, but I'm not allowed to have it. Already curiosity sparking in that child's mind. They're really thinking about it. There's something up with that thing and it looks good, it looks attractive, but I'm told not to have it. Eventually the crack and they take that John and they eat it. This is exactly what's happening with the PlayStation Portal. I guarantee you, all these people saying that this thing is trash, all these people saying it's going to fail, it's not going to make it, it's not a proper Vita successor, all of these people talking about this thing saying do not buy it, do not buy it, do not buy it. Eventually people are going to be like, you know what? I know they're saying stay away from it, but man, I want to see if it's trash or not. Because you know what? The funny thing is a lot of these influencers that are telling you not to buy it or it's trash, they're the same people that are like, hey, I'm still going to buy it to review it to tell you guys if it's trash or not. Does that make any sense? No, it does not make any sense. If they think it's trash, why would they want to buy it? They want to buy it to determine if it's trash. They're already giving Sony a sale right there. So it's like if they bought it, people with short attention spans or people that are just easily convinced, maybe here's the thing, right? I'm just being honest with you guys. This is how consumers think, man. I do social media. Outside of this, I got other platforms. But this is how it works with all those fancy cameras that these high-end influencers are using. They make that thing look so cool with the B-roll and all that stuff. You're going to be seeing that PlayStation Portal and this good lighting and everything, and people are going to be like, yo, this is the console, this is the remote play functionality, this is what it does. People are going to be like, yo, that thing looks attractive as hell. And they're saying I shouldn't buy that? Let me try it. And the funny thing is, here's the thing, even if you guys are still not with me, this is another reason why they're going to purchase this thing. Right now, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think not PlayStation, GameStop might be one of the only places out right now that allows you to try out a new gaming device in store. I think the amount of places that allow you to do that is drastically decreased because people are moving towards online to purchase their systems. So with that decrease in accessibility to be able to play something before you purchase it, a lot of people will be more inclined to purchase the whole PlayStation Portal to see if it's, to determine if it's good or not, which equates to a sale. I'm just telling you guys, it's pure science. All these people talking about this thing trending everywhere. People saying, oh, don't try it. You remember what happened with the Popeyes chicken sandwich and the KFC? I know I'm comparing a lot of things that don't have anything to do with gaming, but it has everything to do with marketing. All these people talking about this one thing, whether they say it's good or bad. Remember, bad publicity is good publicity. Good publicity is good publicity. Literally, all these people talking about this one thing, you're like, dang, if all these people are talking about it, there has to be something with that. Let me try it. I'm telling you guys, that thing, the PlayStation Portal, maybe it may not sell gangbusters, but for sure it's going to sell. This is a different time. We're in 2023. Information gets out way better than it did in 2012. Information gets out way better than 2015, 2017. A lot more people are aware of this thing and a lot more people are talking about this thing. And there's less ways for you to determine if it's good or not on your own without listening to someone online. So people are going to buy this thing to determine if it's good or not, and it's going to equate to sales. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised if it actually sells pretty well. Do not be surprised if it sells pretty well. And people might be buying it to say it's trash. It does not matter. The sale is the sale. The transaction is the transaction. That's my point on this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I know my views might not be the most, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like my views on these things are controversial, but I'm just thinking objectively, and I'm just thinking from a marketing standpoint, what makes sense? With emotions aside, logic in the forefront, what makes sense from a marketing standpoint? Can this thing actually sell well, regardless if it's good or bad? And the fact is, a lot of people know it exists. A lot of products fail because people don't know it exists. So yeah, I think that it's going to sell okay. That's what I think. But one thing that could stop them, I'll be honest with you guys, is if Sony doesn't market that thing. They treat it exactly like they did the Vita. And I know that the PlayStation Portal is not a handheld. It's not a handheld gaming device. It's a peripheral for your PS5. But if they actually want to sell that thing I'm just keeping it a buck. You gotta make TV commercials. You gotta really put that thing out there, like in front of people. Like Nintendo has that on lock. Their branding and everything is on lock. They gotta push it like how they were supposed to push this. I know my lanyard or whatever you call this thing just smacked me in my face, but I don't care. They gotta push it the way that they were supposed to push the Vita, but update it in 2023. Everybody literally needs to know. Matter of fact, they need to push that thing like they pushed the PS5 if they actually want to see it. Because what they're probably going to do, and this is what's going to piss me off, and I've seen a lot of people on YouTube talk about this, what they're probably going to do is say, hey, we're going to use this PlayStation Portal, and we're going to use this as a basis on whether or not people actually want a dedicated handheld system from us, which is absolutely insane. They're doing us dirty. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I want a PlayStation Vita successor, but like, if we're being completely honest, they're probably going to do that. So I'm just keeping the buck. If you guys, I'm not going to tell you guys to buy it, but if you guys want to be honest with yourselves, like, there's a high chance that Sony would be like thinking about, because they're not going to pretend, like, let's be honest, they know the Steam Deck exists. They know the Rogue Ally exists. They know the Switch exists. They're definitely aware of the handheld scene happening right now. So it could low-key be them testing the waters to see if the interest still remains for Sony going portable. So, yeah. All I have to say is I'm interested in seeing what happens later this year, seeing what happens with the launch, and we'll see exactly what goes on. Maybe this thing will be a huge hit. Maybe it'll do okay, or maybe it'll be a failure again. And if it's a failure again, I'm just being honest, that won't increase the chances of us getting a Vita successor. So I'm actually low-key hoping that people buy it. You know, it's a horrible deal, I'm being honest, but like, if it's the only way that Sony's gauging our interest in handheld gaming, I really hope they just add in Bluetooth soon. But like, yeah. That's all I got for you guys, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you guys want to see more gaming videos too, because I honestly love talking about games. You know, I love talking about anything PlayStation. You know, maybe I might tell you guys a little bit more about my gaming stories, just so you guys at least get to know, you know, who I am as a gamer. You know, but whatever. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like, comment, share, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.